All right, so this is my second loaf, and I wanted to bring this out just to show you that I don't have two baskets, I just have one. And for the second loaf, I just use a bowl. This is a bowl from my cupboard, and it can be any bowl. This one is 7 inches across. The reason why I pick like a medium size or to smallish bowl is because the bowl that you put it in is going to be the shape that the bread, you're telling the bread what shape it wants to be. And if you put it in a big bowl, it's going to become the shape of the bowl and it's going to spread out and then you'll have a flat bread. But this way you're telling it you want it to be nice and round and you're putting it in a round bowl overnight. So that's my bowl. And then this is also a little more challenging. This is the tea towel. So this is just tea towel and flour. And I want you to know that I've had dough get stuck to the flour in the past, and it's a little panicky. It's not a lot of fun. That's why I try to flour everything. I don't know how well I did last night, but we're about to find out. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to flip it over and then carefully take the tea towel off. Yeah, see, it wants to stick. So I use a lot of flour on there. I don't know if you remember from the other video, but there was a lot of flour in here, but it's all sucked into the bread, into the dough and the towel. So that's pretty good. Now what we want to do is just take a look at it. Avoid touching it, but I want it to be in the center of the, I want it to be in the center, but it's not going to do that. Oh well. I'm going to add a little more flour, just because it's not very floury. It's pretty wet. So we're just going to do a little, just so that it's tie on top. You also want to try to get off that extra like clumps of flour, because if you don't, you're just going to have a piece of bread with a big clump of flour. So you can see right at the bottom of the bowl, there's just a big clump there. But we're just going to leave it there. Someone will have a piece of flour with their bread. And then we're going to do the same thing for scoring. I don't know how well you can see this. But all right, so let's just do this again. 1, 2, 3. Your thing is at an angle and you want to do a continuous stroke. All right, and then you're really not supposed to be playing with this after you do it. So don't do as I do. Not supposed to play with it. Leave it alone. Then you make your baker's mark again, and it can be any mark you want. I like this one because it looks like a little bit of a heart on the loaf when it's done. And that's because it was made with love.